Hello, hello, hello. I don't know if this sounds worse or bad. I don't exactly know. Yes, yes, yes. This is not the usual thing we normally do. Yes, chit chat, rat a tat tat. What exactly are we doing? All we're doing is talking randomly. Don't know if I'll get a chance to actually stream something later today, so this is what we got to deal with. More of a safety measure and everything in case I don't get a chance to do something later. Because I do have an engagement to get to at about 1. How are you guys doing today? Everyone doing great? I hope you're doing great because if you're doing great, then I'm doing great. So I am always, uh, let's not say great, but, we're always doing good. Okay, so I have right here a random topic generator. We're gonna pull it, see what happens, comes out, and yeah, we'll get started on all that. Today, fortunately, I am all alone, so uh, okay, never mind. I guess you guys can't hear that. Never mind. Yeah, I am all alone, and what's the thing? Looking to do thing alone. Ah, yes, something somewhere along that line. So let's get up this random topic generator and let's just pull it and see what we get. Random topic generator. The world has become infested with rabid dogs with the intelligence of a 5-year-old. Where do you hole up to survive in the apocalypse? Apocalypse. Oh, okay. Apocalypse. There we go. Okay, so a bunch of dogs, rabid dogs, intelligence of a 5-year-old. Okay, so a 5-year-old can open doors, right? uh, um, they're still dogs nonetheless, so I wouldn't have to worry about them really being able to open doors. I'd say a mall. A mall has a mall with a food court, an indoor mall specifically, no outdoors or anything. Um, I think the reason for that one is because I don't know if you've seen the movie Dawn of the Dead, the remake, the 2004 version, I think it is. Uh, I think that one was still directed by John A. Romero, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, the whole premise of the movie is that it's the dawn of the zombie apocalypse and everything, and then while thing happens, the zombie outbreak happens, and then this lady, her husband, gets bit, turns, and all that, and she makes her way to a mall with a police officer, a random guy and his wife, and another just random guy that's by himself. And the mall was doing pretty well, but just because the characters were complete idiots, it got overrun. But if we're talking about just puppies with the intelligence of a 5-year-old, then I don't think there's really a problem necessarily. And as long as whoever I'm paired up with isn't a complete, uh, spaz or you know all of that kind of thing. So either way, yeah, I'd pick the mall just because there was plenty of food with the food courts and everything, and I'm sure if you ration it out properly, keep stuff preserved, then I think you should be fine on that part. Water, same thing, and if anything, get on the roof and put some rain catchers, like buckets of barrels and everything and all that, because you have no idea if the water is still going to be on or something. Well, it says it's a pupocalypse, so it's not like a pupocalypse. It's not like you have to worry about getting infected and turning to a puppy. I think it's just a bunch of rabid 5-year-old. rabid dogs with the intelligence of a 5-year-old. So yeah, I'd fence up there. I know the mall that is close to where I reside does not have anything like a sports shop or, well, yeah, sports shop where there would be a weapon or stuff to defend myself with. But if anything, I mean they're dogs, so might as well just put a bunch of layers of clothing on and everything to make like one of those bite proof suits or something. Or at least give some layer of protection, maybe. If the thing has like a big five or sports chalet, if those things are still around, then yeah, I'd say it'd be perfect. A perfect mall. Perfect mall with the food court, sports chalet, and a proper rooftop. That's where I'd hole up for the pupocalypse. Also, you have to keep up morale and keep yourself occupied. I can keep myself occupied pretty much just by thinking by myself because I have a lot of memes and other just stuff going or running through my mind and everything. It's a little odd, yes, but I always keep myself occupied with my own thoughts. It's something I'm really bored with. Like if I have to listen to something that's just incredibly boring or something like that, then I always just tune out and I start thinking about other things like what if Hannibal of Carthage had a bigger army? Would he have been able to successfully defeat Rome? The answer is yes. Hannibal was a great tactician. The only reason he failed at all was because he had a Carthage wasn't as big as Rome, and Rome just had more men in general. Not to say Rome did not have, good tacticians and everything, but Hannibal was just superior on that front, and yeah, they only lost because they did not have enough men to enable strategies effective enough to deter such a large, army. Since it's a big whole empire and everything. But either way, we're getting a little bit off track. Yeah, so I think for the apocalypse, the mall would be the best place to go. Airport, nah, too big of a. I mean, with the mall, you can at least have those. You know how they have the iron shutters that you can close and bring down. Yeah, I don't think a dog's gonna be able to bite through that or lift it up. I don't think so. So I think it should be fine. I think those are just called shutters, aren't they? The giant chain fence and everything that they pull down at the mall after. Like outside or is it inside? I think it's outside the glass doors already. And talking about the malls and the apocalypse also has me thinking about what's the thing with the character Frank West? Dead Rising. Dead Rising 1, 2. Very fun. Dead Rising 3. Uh Darker, but still enjoyable. Number 4. Woo! That was just lazily put together in 1 month, or not 1 month, 1 year, and it really did show for it. And unfortunately, I think the Dead Rising series is dead because of it. Dead Rising dead because of Dead Rising 4. But yeah, once and for all, yes, I do think that the mall would be the perfect place to hold out for apocalypse. Food, if it has a big five or a sport chalet or something like that, you have weapons to defend yourself. Plenty of entertainment. Now, if anything, you can dress up like a French baron or baroness in like the local Macy's or J.C. Penney or something and start pretending. Yeah. All right, on to the next one. What is your favorite cuisine or type of food? Um, Favorite cuisine or type of food. Um, that's a really tough one. I'm not very picky about anything really. Whatever you give to me, I'll probably eat it. As long as it's not alive or a bug, I will eat it. I had a friend that tried to get me to eat a cricket. Well, it wasn't alive. It was dead. But Ah, oh, it's disgusting thinking about it. I don't know how he did it. Oh, yeah, he had like a for like a week or 2 weeks. He brought these little containers. They look like the sour cream containers that you see in like El Super or Superior or something, and they were just chock full to the brim of crickets, and they had like I think it was like that red chili powder. Don't remember what it's called right now. I know sometimes people put it on like their mangoes and stuff or fruit in general. And I think it had like a little bit of yeah, I think it was just that thing with the crickets. And he kept eating them for the 2 weeks. It was freaking me out. Or I wasn't like having a meltdown or anything, but it was just in general, like I was, baffled. I was disgusted. I wasn't about to start eating a bug when there's so much other stuff to eat out there. I tried like he kept offering me it, and like the time I actually decided, okay, I guess I can try it. I had the thing. He grabbed it by the leg. He put it in my hand, dropped it in my hand, my open palm, and I kept looking at it. And then eventually, I got the courage to go with my other hand, grab the leg, and it was just dangling there. And I started to open my mouth, and I closed my mouth, and then I opened and I moved it closer, and I moved my hand away, and then I closed my mouth again, and everything. And then this went on for like about a minute or two, and I couldn't decide whether I wanted to eat it or not. And then eventually, I don't know, something in my head just kind of clicked, and I said, "No, I'm not eating the bug, man." And I gave him the bug back, and he said, "Oh, more for me." And then he just popped the thing in his mouth, and well, not really like that, but you know, yeah. So no, I will not eat a bug. I know somewhere out there people eat like the mealworms or something. Uh, I had some of those as pets, so I'm not exactly looking to eat something that I've had as a pet. I mean, I had a pet chicken, and I still eat chicken, but I don't know. That's completely different, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I had a pet chicken. He was really nice and everything. Named him Chick Hearn. Uh, I don't know. It sounded like a good name to me. Apparently, the person I was, uh, my father figure, like the George Michael song. I am an ethereal being after all. I don't know. I don't exactly have parents, or the parent I do have, Nix, is a complete bitch. So either way, the man that adopted me into his family, uh, he wasn't Italian, by the way. But either way, he was talking about it because there was some sports announcer named Chick Hearn for the Los Angeles Lakers, I believe. Yeah, so that's why he said that. Oh, do you want to name him that? I just thought Chick Hearn sounded like a nice name because it was a chicken. So Chick Hearn, chicken. Yeah, I thought it was a good name. The only reason even ended up with the pet chicken because while I was attending elementary school, I guess I should explain. As an ethereal being made out of the despair of humanity, well, obviously I was meant to destroy mankind, but found out what video games were, adopted by a man and a woman that took me into their home and gave me a life as a regular average human. But yeah, so either way, elementary school, kindergarten, we had a class project, and the whole thing was I think it was well, we didn't really do much for it. It was just more like observation purposes and everything. The teacher had brought in some chicken eggs, alive ones, not the frozen ones you see at the supermarket, the dead ones. She had like a friend who had a farm. I think that was the story. And yeah, she put the eggs to incubate and everything underneath a heater. So we got to see the eggs every day, and we eventually got to. We were lucky enough that the eggs cracked in the middle, started hatching in the middle of class. So yeah, the eggs start hatching in the middle of class. We all saw it, and eventually moved them to another pen on the other side of the classroom. And oh yeah, if you're wondering how an ethereal being goes to school, it's just like a regular average human. I have adopted a human form, by the way, if you're curious. All right, that's enough of that. The nitty gritty details. So either way, the whole thing was, yeah. So eventually, we put the chickens in another glass kind of container. It had a top, obviously, so they could breathe. We weren't monsters. We were just kindergartners. So either way, the whole thing was, we had put them into this more spacious glass container for them to be housed. And the teacher said at that point that she wanted to have the chicks adopted by us, or yeah, by us. So eventually, I considered my father, to you know, come and so we can adopt it. We actually put the time and effort into building it a nice little wooden coop for it to enjoy. And yeah, I ended up picking the one that was separated and alone because I don't know, I sympathized with it. And yeah, let me just get this over with. I wasn't very well liked in school at all, trust me. So either way, getting back on track. Yeah, I picked the chicken that was all alone because the other chickens kept poking it, hacking at it, and everything. Um, I loved the little guy to death. He would sometimes sit on top of my head or in my lap. I really liked him. I loved him very much, very, very much. Sometimes we'd run around and he'd just chase after me and everything. It was all in good fun. I didn't run because I was scared, but I did it because we were having fun and everything. And then one day we put him in the coop, and it was a nice coop. He had the little chicken wire in front on the side, in front, so and on the side, so he could see out. They had a blanket for him, so he could, get in there and stay warm. We would move him in, obviously, when it was cold, on and rainy days and everything, so he wouldn't get cold. Um, but one day he just somehow escaped. I don't know what happened to him. I asked my parents, and they said that he ran away. I don't know if they're telling the truth or not. I don't know, but I really miss him. It only dawned on me years later when I finally found out that we had hawks in our trees. Uh, yeah, so I'm hoping that he got away and managed to live a nice life. But there's that lingering thought that things didn't end up so well. I miss the bugger. Ah, okay, we've talked enough about chickens and everything, so we're still. I still never answered the question: bugs and chickens. Um, what is my favorite type of cuisine or type of food? Um, I'd maybe have to go with Italian. I like pasta. I like gnocchi. I love fettuccine, raviolis. Japanese food is also pretty good too. I do enjoy their soup. It's very good. Also, Vietnamese pho is also very nice. Uh, let's just draw it at a time. Let's move on to the next topic because I can't pick a winner. Okay. What do you think of online education? Yes, I am currently a student attending a school somewhere, and yes, I am an adult. Or at least that's what my age is supposed to be. Okay. What do I think of the online school? I kind of enjoyed it at first, but now I'm a little bored. I liked it because I got to catch up on a backlog of video games that I had, but I never got a chance to play them. So I got to clear up the stuff that I wanted to do, but now that I've done everything, it's kind of left me, what do you call it, bored, I guess. Yeah, and there's really not any video games coming out recently that I'm very interested in playing it or anything. Persona 5 Strikers, possibly. Uh, what's the other one that I think was interesting? Oh, the Ratchet and Clank game that's coming out. Oh yeah, Resident Evil Village, the new one with the tall vampire women. Yeah, that's probably like all I'd probably looking forward to. No one's heard anything from Dying Light 2 or Far Cry 6, so I don't even. If I had to place a bet on it, they're probably not even coming out this year. No way. But yeah, online schooling, I don't know. I never talked much to anyone when I did attend, live classes. So honestly, this hasn't really impacted me at all. If anything, it just saves me commute time and everything so I can spend more time doing other things. Whether it's like actually finishing assignments or, whatnot. Instead of having to spend like an hour or half an hour driving and stuff. Yeah, that was kind of a boring topic. So let's see what else. What technology from a science fiction movie would you most like to have? Okay. Well, Star Wars is interesting, but I don't think any of that would be cool. Well, maybe only the warp speed travel. Blasters, I guess. But I don't want to pick Star Wars. Star Wars has kind of gone down the drain for me in terms of likability. So, uh, man, this is a hard choice. Uh, uh, maybe something like Hardcore Henry. If you haven't seen Hardcore Henry, it's a first-person movie where the movie takes place through the eyes of the main character Henry. He kind of becomes a cyborg and everything, and he has a friend that keeps leaping bodies. Or it's because his main body's crippled, but he has a bunch of clones that act as his doubles and everything, and he can, hack it or go into each of them, and they each have their own kind of like quirks, whether they're like uh, the sexaholic or the drug addict or the sniper, the military man, Mr. Rogers. uh, I think that'd be pretty cool, to be honest. Having a bunch of bodies and just having a bunch of different personalities, it'd be like that it's already there, so you wouldn't have to, go dress up for each and every single one of these, appearances and everything. It'd be like I do find acting as a different person to be somewhat fun. So I think just having these bodies already pre-made and everything ready and rearing to go. So if I wanted to be act like an Australian fighter or a fighter from New Zealand that loves going around the world fighting people, then yeah, I'd probably say that would be the best course of action or best technology that I'd look forward to. Warhammer 40K, I know there's the Space Marine movie, but I don't think being in Warhammer 40K universe at all is a very good thing. It's nice to read and to, learn about, but there's so many problems with it already. Like, the only way to fast travel for humanity is to go through literal hell, where there's a chance of being attacked by demons and everything. That's a hard pass for me man. So Just give me the technology to swap around with bodies and everything, then I think I should be fine with that. I can't say much about Stargate because or Star Trek because I know nothing about those. I saw like a couple episodes of Star Trek just because we had to for high school because it was an English class about science fiction. But yeah, I don't know much about it. So yeah, neither that nor Stargate. I saw a couple episodes of Stargate, but they weren't really using technology in that one. They were just kind of like adventuring or doing whatever sort of thing people do when they're normally on Stargate. If you had to change your name, what would your new name be? That's a skip. How do you plan to make the world a better place? That's a hard skip. Hmm. What is the best show currently on television? Uh, okay, we're gonna broaden this topic to not only regular TV shows because I don't watch television because I think I don't know all television shows get pretty boring for me. Uh, so if we're also talking about like anime shows as well, I know a lot of people like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I also like JoJo, but I wouldn't say it's the best overall. Uh, Something that's still going on. If we're talking about regular television shows, then it has to go to The Boys. I loved season one. Season two was good, but also it kind of took a couple steps back. But I do think it was still very enjoyable. I enjoyed it very much. I actually read the Boys comic like a couple years ago before the show was even announced. And I was surprised by the comic because it's so violent and it's so, outwardly sexual and everything. It doesn't, the comic never attempted to hide any of it or pretend that any of that wasn't exactly, bad or anything. Yeah, so it really just delved and enjoyed itself into the whole, blood, violence, debauchery, sexual misconducts, and everything, or just sexual behavior and stuff. Uh, yeah, and then when I heard it was gonna get turned into a TV show, I was really looking forward to it. But I also kind of wasn't because I had already read the comic and I, knew what I was going to expect to come from it. But the show actually changed it up so it doesn't exactly follow the comic at all, and it's doing its own thing. So I'm really enjoying it just for, uh, it's good to stick to the source material, but it isn't good to stick so close to the source material that ends up being dull. So yeah, that's what I'd say why I like the boys. It blood, violence, kind of gritty humor and everything. I enjoy it very much. If we're talking about anime that are still ongoing right now, uh, there's one out there called The Great Pretender. It's a Netflix original anime. Um, I think they may have finished it, but they also may have not. I know the director said that if enough people showed support for it, then it might get a continuation. So although I do think that it did reach its conclusive point, I guess that I wouldn't be opposed to there being even more of it, just because I enjoyed it so much. The characters, the music, the anime design, and attention to detail, and all of it. It's not a dumb show. It's one that does kind of get you thinking and everything. It's not one that you just kind of sit through and you say, "Oh, cool, that's happening," and everything. It's more like, "Oh, what's gonna happen?" That's what I like, the "what's gonna happen" type of deal, instead of just kicking back and just mindlessly like a drone, just kind of tuning in and everything. So, best current TV show? The Boys. I heard they went into filming January. So, I'm stoked for season 3. And also, best anime currently. Great Pretender. It didn't finish that long ago either. So, yeah. Uh, do you like going to concerts? Why or when not? And what was the last concert you went to? Well, I'm not a very much of an out person necessarily. I do enjoy going hiking a lot by myself or with my parents or with my friends and all that sort of deal. Um, Concerts. I know they have concerts in the park during the summertime, so I guess those do count as concerts. I'd say my favorite concert I've ever been to was Foreigner appearing in Alhambra in California. It was a really nice show they put on and everything. Uh, it was really great because the lead singer had started climbing up the sides because there was a stage and everything. Okay, I hope you guys can't hear any of that, but I'll just close the door to make sure. And one more. All right, all right, all right. So if we're talking about, yeah, so either way, the whole stage was there. They had these like these big metal pillars that had the crisscross things support to make support and everything. So either way, the lead singer, a foreigner, had he was climbing up while he was singing one handed. I just thought that I was my probably my favorite concert because I really like Foreigner. Cold as ice, baby, cold as ice. You know that you are cold as ice. You're cold as ice to me. No, 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 no. Yeah, Foreigner, and I also got to see Kenny Loggins in person. Uh, Fun fact: I really like. Oh God, this is gonna sound childish. I enjoy Winnie the Pooh. I think Winnie the Pooh is great, and I really enjoyed the music from the movie. And Kenny Loggins did some songs for the movie and everything. So when I heard that we had the chance to go see Kenny Loggins, excuse me, when I heard we had the chance to go see Kenny Loggins in person, I was like, oh my God, this guy was a legend and a god to me at that point for making music on Winnie the Pooh. So, and he was really nice and everything. He had the whole hairdo and, big beard and everything like he normally does. And wasn't wearing the leather jacket or the white shirt this time. He was wearing more of I think it was more like a flannel t shirt or something, like kind of the stuff the hipsters wear nowadays, but Kenny Loggins wasn't a hipster. It looked good on him, like he looked like a mountain man or lumberjack because of all the hair and everything. And while he didn't do crazy stuff like, climb up a big metal pillar, just to, wow the crowd and anything, his singing was just great and everything. The whole mellow thing, and he had his guitar with him. And so I'm pretty sure he did the thing from Caddyshack. Plays in once the credits starts rolling. I'm alright. Ain't nobody worry about me. Why you got to give me a fine? Why can't you just let it be? So yeah, uh, concerts. It depends on who's playing. Really, some concerts are. I enjoy the music. Some concerts I don't. So it's kind of a mixed bag for me. It really depends on who's actually playing. Gorillas. if I ever did actually go to a concert of theirs, uh, yeah, I'd probably enjoy their music. I think yes, I do know how to speak English. Trust me. So let's move on to the next topic. How do you feel if you accidentally leave your phone at home, completely screwed and head blind? Ah, man. I know it's the whole thing where everybody's so attached to their phones and everything. And, well, I'm no better than the rest of them. I am also attached to my cell phone. I don't think I've ever left behind my phone because I always check and make sure that I have it on me. But, if I accidentally left my phone at home for God knows what reason, uh, I'd probably be pretty sad. I'd be headblind for the day. I always like looking at Twitter, looking at art and everything. Uh, Lots of anime titties. uh, uh, yeah. And I always like to keep myself occupied with stuff. And while I can't keep myself occupied, I do also I get a kind of itch or something just to check out what's going on and everything. And besides, that's how I talk to my friends. And yeah, if I left my home, I was in a bored situation. I couldn't talk to anybody. I'd go slightly mad. All right, next topic. No, that's too big. Uh, what's the most underrated or overrated TV show? Uh, Overrated easily I can answer is anything put out by DC. Whether it's The Flash, Arrow, what's that thing they had for Superman? Oh, Smallville, that was on the CW. Oh, I know which one. 911. That show's so stupid. It's like a compilation of just a bunch of really, really over exaggerated, scenarios about like, oh, what happens if San Andreas, does the thing with the shake and, oh no, end of the world. Ah! And like the trailers really, really piss me off because they're always showing like, oh no, this guy's gonna die, and then I see the trailer. Next week rolls around, and I see the trailer for the next episode, and that guy's still walking around fine. He's not in a wheelchair or anything. And now they say, oh no, this person's gonna die. Can you hear me? Hello, hello, and it's just kind of like this kind of revolving door of all these big disasters and oh no, someone's gonna get hurt or die or something, and it just gets really, really dull. And the show's popular enough, I assume, because it has another 911 spinoff, 911 Lone Star. So yeah, the Texas version. So there's 911. Well, let me look this up because I don't want to get this wrong because I really hate this show. 911 shows. Whoever made this thing was a goddamn idiot. I guess it's just two. 911, 911 Lone Star. Or you know what else I think is pretty stupid? The Masked Singer. And now that even has a spin-off, The Masked Dancer, I think it's called or something. How is that interesting to anybody? How do you sit down for half an hour and watch some dudes sing or something with the voice modifier while a couple of celebrities say, ooh, I know who it is. I don't understand the appeal at all. And like I said, I assume this thing has to be popular enough because it's getting a spin-off. Those are the two most overrated shows out there, 911 and uh the Matt. The Mask Singer, without a doubt. I'd say those are the worst offenders. Hello. Uh, what else is there? Okay, the most underrated TV show. Well, like I said, I don't watch a lot of TV in general, so I can't exactly answer that question. If you want to talk about underrated movies in general, then I highly recommend watching MFKZ. Hello there. But yeah, MFKZ, otherwise known as motherfuckers. it's a it's a animated movie. It's done by two joint companies or animation studios. A French studio and a Japanese studio. It's a really nice movie. I know the movie wasn't exactly praised by critics, but since when the hell do I care about critics? Suck. But yeah, MFKZ is a really great movie. The animation and attention to detail is just spot on. Like every little thing they pay attention to. And they don't leave anything out of it. Uh the music composition is also very nice too. Uh yeah, it's just a good movie in general. If you can find it somewhere and watch MFKZ, then I highly recommend you watch it. It's a very underrated movie. It's on Netflix too. But yeah, it's a great movie. Uh, what do you think the next big technological advance will be? Uh, uh, the genetically altered cat girls. No, genetically altered wolf girls. Yes. Yes. I think that's the next big leap in technology when we start having human animal hybrid chimeras and stuff. uh, uh, on the serious note, or I guess actually taking the topic more serious as I can take it. I want to say flying cars. I don't know. Maybe AI. No, yeah, AI. I'd say would probably be the next big step. I'm not talking about like the dumb AI like you have when you're Amazon, Alexa or something, where you just say, "Hey Alexa," and you know, uh, put a carton of eggs on my shopping list, or "Hey Alexa," or "Hey Google, turn off the lights" and all that. uh, I mean like a smart AI, not something like stupid. I'm talking about like something that you can have a full blown conversation with. I'm not talking about that really dumb Google chatbot that says the few couple words. I think it's called Google Chatbot, right? Hmm. Uh, chat what? Nah, screw it. I don't remember. Lbot the chatbot. Hello, I'm Lbot, but what does it all mean? You're not real. I must be real. It makes a loud noise when I trip over a carpet. Lies. All right, all word associate with you and say kid. Playground. Playground. Wool. Sheep. Evolution. Man. Woman. I don't know. Nothing's coming to mind. Uh uh Rihanna? Coal. Oh no. Child labor of the Industrial Revolution. Oh. Politics are nothing more than a multi-dimensional, nonlinear problem of optimization. They should let robots take over. Things would run with much more precision. Uh, but can a robot feel? We robots are very sensitive. What do you think? Lies. You have no blood running through you. Uh, this is a cleverly disguised marketing question to find out where you have heard about me. It goes, where did you hear about me? Nowhere. Back to the word association game. My word is somewhere. Brick. Human, alive, activated, robot. Artist soul. Artist soul. I don't even know what that is. Detergent, clean. Rinse, clean. Rusty, dirty. Why am I talking with a... God damn it. I've gone off topic again. No. Yeah, damn you, Elbot. So, yes, I do think that AI would probably be the best, or the next big technological advance. I'd put my money on it for sure. Okay. Ah, man, what time? Oh, okay. Sorry. Uh, Unfortunately, this is all the time I got for right now. I got a game to run. Yes, I am a dungeon master, game master. Yes, I am a nerd. I'm sorry. So, thank you for hanging around. Uh, I know this was nowhere near organized. I gotta get some water in me or something. I'm running dry. So, thanks for hanging around, and I'll see you on the other side of the day.